What is SDG and Dashboard of India's Progress?
SDG stands for Sustainable Development Goals, a universal blueprint adopted by all 193 UN member countries, including India, to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all by 2030. There are 17 SDGs, addressing the world's biggest challenges. Goal 1. No poverty, eradicating poverty in all its forms, everywhere. Goal 2. Zero hunger, ending hunger and ensuring food security for all. Goal 3. Good health and well-being, promoting health and well-being for every individual. Goal 4. Quality education, providing inclusive and equitable education for lifelong learning. Goal 5. Gender equality, empowering all women and girls. Goal 6. Clean water and sanitation, ensuring access to clean water and sanitation. Goal 7. Affordable and clean energy, ensuring energy access that is sustainable and modern. Goal 8. Decent work and economic growth, promoting sustained, inclusive economic growth and decent jobs. Goal 9. Industry, innovation and infrastructure, building resilient infrastructure and fostering innovation. Goal 10. Reduced inequalities, reducing inequality within and among countries. Goal 11. Sustainable cities and communities, making cities safe, inclusive, and sustainable. Goal 12. Responsible consumption and production, ensuring sustainable lifestyles. Goal 13. Climate action, urgent action to combat climate change. Goal 14. Life below water, conserving marine resources and ecosystems. Goal 15. Life on land, protecting terrestrial ecosystems, forests, and biodiversity. Goal 16. Peace, justice, and strong institutions, promoting inclusive societies and justice for all. Goal 17. Partnerships for the goals, revitalizing global cooperation to deliver the SDGs. One Sudanese pound aims to eliminate extreme poverty, defined as living on less than $1.90 per day, and reduce all forms of poverty, including lack of income, access to food, clean water, education, housing, and social protection. Key targets under 1 Sudanese pound. 1. Eradicate extreme poverty by 2030. 2. Implement national social protection systems. 3. Ensure equal access to economic resources, basic services, and land. 4. Strengthen resilience to climate-related events for the poor. Real-life example, India's PM Jan Dhan Yojana. What it is: a government program that provides free bank accounts to millions of low-income and rural people. Impact: over 50 crore, 500 million people got bank access. 2 Sudanese pounds aims to ensure that everyone has access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food all year round. It also focuses on improving agriculture, supporting small-scale farmers, and protecting the environment to produce food sustainably. Key targets under 2 Sudanese pounds. 1. End hunger and ensure access to safe and nutritious food. 2. End all forms of malnutrition, especially in children and pregnant women. 3. Double the productivity and income of small-scale farmers. 4. Ensure sustainable food production systems and resilient farming. 5. Maintain genetic diversity of crops and animals. Real-life example, India's midday meal scheme. What it is: a government program that provides free, nutritious lunch to schoolchildren in government and government-aided schools. Impact: 1. Serves over 100 million children. 2. Boosts school enrollment and attendance, especially for girls. 3. Fights child hunger and malnutrition. 4. Supports local farmers. 3 Sudanese pounds focuses on improving healthcare access, reducing child and maternal mortality, fighting infectious and non-communicable diseases and promoting mental health, road safety, universal health coverage, and clean air and water. Key targets under 3 Sudanese pounds. 1. Reduce maternal mortality to less than 70 per 100,000 live births. 2. End epidemics like AIDS, TB, malaria, and neglected tropical diseases. 3. Reduce under 5 and neonatal mortality. 4. Ensure universal access to sexual and reproductive health care. 5. Achieve universal health coverage, UHC, and access to safe medicines. 6. Strengthen health financing, workforce, and disaster preparedness. Real-life example, India's Ayushman Bharat. What it is: a flagship government scheme providing free health insurance coverage to over 50 crore people. Impact: 1. Covers hospitalization costs. 2. Helps poor families. 3. Promotes preventive and primary healthcare through health and wellness centers. 4. Reduces out-of-pocket medical expenses. 4 Sudanese pounds aims to provide free, equitable, and quality primary and secondary education to all children, ensure affordable higher education, and promote skills development, gender equality in education, and lifelong learning for youth and adults. Key targets of 4 Sudanese pounds. 1. Free and quality primary and secondary education for all children. 2. Access to early childhood development and pre-primary education. 3. Equal access to affordable technical, vocational and higher education. 4. Eliminate gender disparities and ensure access for vulnerable groups. 5. Improve adult literacy and numeracy. 6. Promote education for sustainable development and global citizenship. Real-life example. India's Right to Education Act, RTE, 2009. What it is. A law that makes free and compulsory education a fundamental right for all children aged 6 to 14 years in India. Impact. 1 millions of children, especially from poor and marginalized communities, now have access to free schooling. 2 schools are mandated to follow minimum infrastructure and quality norms. 3 to 25% seats in private schools are reserved for underprivileged students. 5 Sudanese pounds aims to end discrimination, violence, and harmful practices against women and girls everywhere. It promotes equal opportunities in leadership, access to education and healthcare, economic rights, and shared responsibilities at home and in public life. Key targets of 5 Sudanese pounds. 1. End all forms of violence against women and girls. 2. Eliminate child marriage and female genital mutilation. 3. Ensure equal participation in political, economic, and public life. 4. Recognize and value unpaid care and domestic work. 5. Ensure universal access to sexual and reproductive health and rights. 6. Promote equal rights to economic resources, land, property, tech, finance. Real-life example. India's Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao (BBBP) scheme. What it is. A national campaign launched in 2015 to address declining child sex ratio and promote education and empowerment of the girl child. Impact. 1. Raised awareness on the importance of girls' education and gender equality. 2. Encouraged community participation to stop female feticide. 3. Helped improve the sex ratio at birth in many districts. 4. Integrated efforts of education, health, and women development ministries. 6 Sudanese pounds focuses on ensuring that everyone has safe and affordable drinking water, adequate sanitation, and hygiene services, while also protecting and managing freshwater ecosystems sustainably. Key targets of 6 Sudanese pounds. 1. Achieve universal access to safe and affordable drinking water. 2. Provide adequate and equitable sanitation and hygiene for all. 3. Improve water quality by reducing pollution and dumping. 4. Increase water use efficiency and sustainable withdrawals. 5. Protect and restore water-related ecosystems. 6. Support community participation in water and sanitation management. Real-life example. India's Swachh Bharat Mission, SBM. What it is. Launched in 2014, SBM is a nationwide campaign to eliminate open defecation, improve sanitation facilities, and promote hygiene awareness. Impact. 1. Over 110 million toilets constructed across India. 2. Declared over 6 lakh villages open defecation free, ODF. 3. Promoted behavioral change toward cleanliness and hygiene. 4. Focused on women's dignity and health through better sanitation access. 7 Sudanese pounds aims to provide universal access to electricity and clean cooking fuels, promote renewable energy, and improve energy efficiency globally, all while making energy affordable and environmentally friendly. Key targets of 7 Sudanese pounds. 1. Ensure universal access to modern energy services. 2. Increase the share of renewable energy in the global energy mix. 3. Improve energy efficiency across all sectors. 4. Enhance international cooperation and investment in clean energy technologies. 5. Expand infrastructure and technology for energy access in developing countries. Real-life example. India's Ujala and Saubhagya schemes. Ujala, Unnat Jyoti by Affordable LEDs for All. 1. Distributed over 360 million LED bulbs, reducing energy consumption. 2. Saved thousands of megawatts and reduced greenhouse gas emissions. 3. Made energy-efficient lighting affordable for low-income households. Saubhagya scheme. 1. Aimed to provide last-mile electricity connectivity to all households. 3. Over 2.8 crore, 28 million, households were electrified. 3. Improved quality of life in remote villages and tribal areas. 8 Sudanese pounds focuses on creating economic opportunities that are inclusive, fair, and sustainable. It promotes job creation, entrepreneurship, labor rights, and safe working conditions, especially for youth, women, and marginalized groups. Key targets of 8 Sudanese pounds. 1. Sustain per capita economic growth in accordance with national circumstances. 2. Achieve higher levels of economic productivity through innovation and technology. 3. Promote policies for decent job creation and entrepreneurship. 4. Reduce the proportion of youth not in employment, education, or training, NEET. 5. Eradicate forced labor, modern slavery, and child labor. 6. Protect labor rights and promote safe work environments. 7. Increase access to financial services for small enterprises. Real-life example. India's MGNREGA, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. What it is. A government program that guarantees 100 days of wage employment per year to rural households. Impact. 1. Provides livelihood security in rural areas. 2. Promotes economic inclusion, especially for women, tribal communities, and landless laborers. 3. Supports sustainable development by encouraging work related to water conservation, afforestation, and infrastructure creation. 9 Sudanese pounds emphasizes the importance of modern infrastructure, sustainable industrial development, and technological innovation in driving economic growth and improving quality of life. It also promotes access to technology, finance, and markets for small-scale industries, especially in developing regions. Key targets of 9 Sudanese pounds. 1. Develop quality, reliable, sustainable, and resilient infrastructure. 2. Promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization. 3. Increase access to financial services for small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs. 4. Upgrade infrastructure and retrofit industries to be clean and environmentally sound. 5. Enhance scientific research, innovation, and R&D investment. Real-life example. India's Bharatmala Pariyojana. What it is. A major infrastructure development project focused on building a national highway network across India to improve logistics, trade, and economic connectivity. Impact. 1. Enhanced connectivity for industrial corridors. 2. Boosted regional development, especially in backward and border areas. 3. Created employment opportunities through large-scale construction projects. 4. Facilitated industrial growth and access to markets for remote regions. 10 Sudanese pounds focuses on tackling economic, social, and political inequality. This includes reducing the income gap, ensuring equal opportunities, eliminating discriminatory laws and practices, and promoting the social, economic, and political inclusion of all people, regardless of age, sex, disability, race, ethnicity, origin, religion, or economic status. Key targets of 10 Sudanese pounds. 1. Reduce income inequality, especially for the bottom 40% of the population. 2. Promote social and political inclusion of all, especially the marginalized. 3. Ensure equal opportunities by eliminating discriminatory laws and policies. 4. Improve migration and mobility policies, ensuring safe and responsible migration. 5. Increase representation of developing countries in global decision-making. Real-life examples. India's reservation system, affirmative action. What it is. A system that reserves seats in education, government jobs, and legislatures for historically disadvantaged communities, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, OBCs. Impact. 1. Improved access to education and employment for underprivileged groups. 2. Helped reduce social and economic inequality over decades. 3. Promoted inclusive growth and diversity in institutions. 11 Sudanese pounds focuses on transforming the way cities grow and function. It promotes access to affordable housing, sustainable public transport, safe public spaces, urban resilience, and environment-friendly infrastructure, especially as urban populations rapidly grow. Key targets of 11 Sudanese pounds. 1. Ensure access to adequate, safe, and affordable housing. 2. Provide sustainable transport systems for all. 3. Enhance inclusive urbanization and participatory planning. 4. Protect the world's cultural and natural heritage. 5. Reduce the adverse impacts of cities on the environment. 6. Support disaster resilience and adaptation to climate change. 7. Improve air quality and waste management. Real-life example. India's Smart Cities Mission. What it is. A flagship initiative launched by the Government of India to develop 100 smart cities that use digital technologies and data-driven solutions for better urban management. Impact. 1. Improved public transport systems and traffic management. 2. Use of smart lighting, air quality monitoring, and e-waste solutions. 3. Development of affordable housing, smart parking, and public Wi-Fi. 4. Encourages citizen participation in planning and execution. £12 Sudanese pounds focuses on using natural resources efficiently, reducing waste, minimizing pollution, and ensuring that the way we produce, consume, and dispose of goods is sustainable, for both people and the planet. It calls on governments, businesses, and individuals to do more with less, and to shift towards circular economies and sustainable lifestyles. Key targets of £12 Sudanese pounds. 1. Implement 10-year frameworks on sustainable consumption and production. 2. Reduce food waste and food losses along production chains. 3. Encourage sustainable business practices and corporate responsibility. 4. Improve waste management and recycling. 5. Phase out harmful subsidies, e.g., fossil fuel subsidies. 6. Ensure information and education to promote sustainable lifestyles. Real-life example. India's Plastic Waste Management Rules, PWM Rules, 2016 and amendments. What it is. A national regulation to control plastic waste generation, encourage recycling, and phase out single-use plastics. Impact. 1. Banned several single-use plastic items, like straws, cutlery, etc., from 2022. 2. Encouraged extended producer responsibility, EPR, making companies responsible for managing the plastic they produce. 3. Promoted segregation, collection, and recycling of plastic waste. 13 Sudanese pounds urges countries and communities to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, strengthen climate resilience, and integrate climate change measures into national planning, education, and policies. Key targets of 13 Sudanese pounds. 1. Strengthen resilience and adaptive capacity to climate-related hazards. 2. Integrate climate change measures into national policies and planning. 3. Improve education, awareness, and institutional capacity. 4. Mobilize climate finance and support developing countries. 5. Promote early warning systems and sustainable disaster risk reduction. Real-life example. India's National Solar Mission, NSM. What it is. A flagship initiative under India's National Action Plan on Climate Change, NAPCC, to promote solar energy, reduce dependence on fossil fuels, and cut carbon emissions. Impact. 1. India became the fourth largest solar power producer in the world. 2. Contributed to reducing CO emissions and increasing clean energy access. 3. Supported green jobs and technology innovation in renewable energy. 14 Sudanese pounds focuses on protecting the health of oceans and marine ecosystems, which are vital for human survival, climate regulation, biodiversity, and global food security. It aims to reduce marine pollution, protect coastal ecosystems, regulate overfishing, and support small-scale fishers. Key targets of 14 Sudanese pounds. 1. Reduce marine pollution, especially from land-based activities. 2. Protect marine and coastal ecosystems sustainably. 3. End overfishing, illegal and unregulated fishing. 4. Regulate fishing subsidies that lead to overcapacity. 5. Conserve at least 10% of coastal and marine areas. 6. Support small-scale fishers with access to resources and markets. 7. Increase scientific knowledge, research, and marine technology. Real-life example. India's Swachh Sagar, Surakshit Sagar campaign. What it is. A coastal cleanup campaign launched by India in 2022 to reduce plastic and marine waste and create awareness about ocean conservation. Impact. 1. One of the world's largest beach cleaning drives across 75 beaches. 2. Mobilized over 200,000 volunteers including students, NGOs, and coastal communities. 3. Removed tons of plastic and solid waste from coastlines. 4. Promoted ocean literacy and community-led conservation. 15 Sudanese pounds is about protecting nature on land, including forests, grasslands, mountains, drylands, and biodiversity. It focuses on halting deforestation, restoring degraded land, protecting endangered species, and ensuring that development is not happening at the cost of nature. Key targets of 15 Sudanese pounds. 1. Ensure sustainable management of forests. 2. Combat desertification and restore degraded land and soil. 3. Halt the loss of biodiversity and protect natural habitats. 4. Prevent the poaching and trafficking of protected species. 5. Integrate ecosystem values into planning and policy. 6. Increase financial resources and strengthen global partnerships to protect ecosystems. Real-life example. India's CAMPA, Compensatory Afforestation Fund Management and Planning Authority. What it is. CAMPA manages funds collected from developers who divert forest land for non-forest use, and uses it for afforestation and forest conservation. Impact. 1. Supports reforestation projects across India. 2. Helps restore degraded ecosystems. 3. Encourages community participation in forest protection. 4. Balances development with ecological conservation. 16 Sudanese pounds is about creating a world where everyone feels safe, has equal access to justice, and can trust public institutions. It focuses on reducing violence, ending corruption, ensuring legal identity, promoting human rights, and enabling inclusive decision-making. Key targets of 16 Sudanese pounds. 1. Reduce all forms of violence and related death rates. 2. End abuse, exploitation, trafficking, and violence against children. 3. Ensure equal access to justice for all. 4. Develop transparent, accountable, and inclusive institutions. 5. Reduce corruption and bribery. 6. Ensure legal identity for all, including birth registration. 7. Guarantee public access to information and protect fundamental freedoms. Real-life example. India's Digital India program, eCourts Mission Mode project. What it is. An initiative by the Indian government to make judiciary services accessible online, ensuring faster justice delivery through digital court systems. Impact. 1. Over 20 crore court records digitized. 2. Citizens can now track cases, file petitions, and access judgments online. 3. Reduces delays, improves transparency, and ensures equal access to justice, especially for those in remote areas. 17 Sudanese pounds is about bringing people, governments, businesses, NGOs, and international organizations together to achieve all the other 16 SDGs. No single country or organization can solve global challenges alone. Partnerships, resource mobilization, technology sharing, and policy coherence are critical. It encourages cross-sector and cross-border collaboration, financial support for developing nations, and the use of data, innovation, and trade to accelerate progress. Key targets of 17 Sudanese pounds. 1. Mobilize financial resources for developing countries. 2. Promote technology transfer and innovation. 3. Enhance capacity building for national planning and governance. 4. Increase North-South and South-South cooperation. 5. Improve trade systems and reduce barriers for least developed countries. 6. Use data, monitoring, and accountability to track SDG progress. Real-life example. International Solar Alliance (ISA). What it is. A global initiative launched by India and France, bringing together more than 110 countries to promote solar energy adoption, especially in tropical regions. Impact. 1. Shared solar technology and policy frameworks. 2. Mobilized funding and capacity building for solar projects in developing countries. 3. Helped scale clean energy transitions and meet climate commitments. Level up your skills. Don't just browse, thrive. To unlock a constant stream of fresh ideas, cutting-edge insights, and skill-boosting content, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment and follow this channel. Join our community of learners and stay ahead with every brainstorming post designed to elevate your expertise. Ready to transform your potential into power.